and welcome back to another video. We have the May ScrawlrBox here. Before we start, if you don't know what ScrawlrBox is, it is a monthly art subscription box where you pay £15 for the box, additional postage and packaging if you are outside of the UK, and you receive a bunch of random art supplies. You don't know what the art supplies are each month. You will get usually either a couple of sheets of a certain type of paper that will go with the supplies, or a ream of paper. A Scrawlr zine is also included, which tells you a little bit about the supplies, about the featured artist. It also features previous artwork from other boxes that subscribers have published on Instagram, Twitter, etc. And also gives you some hints and tips about the Scrawlr challenge. There is also the featured artwork, like I mentioned, which will have a little bit about the featured artist on the back of that as well. And you get a sweet, which is always a very nice treat. A Scrawlr sticker that is themed for the box. And I think that is everything you receive in the box. And every time you purchase a box, a plant is treed. Tree is planted, which is always very nice. So let's get into this box. I'm very excited. It's a little bit later than usual. It took a little bit longer to get through the post. And it's a little bit battered, so I'm a bit worried. But everything is intact, which is always a winner. So let's take this stuff out of the box so that we can remove that. So I'm going to set the Scrawlr zine to one side, and we will flick through that at the end of this little segment. This is the featured artwork. It's lovely. Look at that detail and depth in there. Wow. Now, I always like to guess what the supplies are before we get anything. Now, I think we've got some sort of pencil crayon, coloured pencil, whichever you'd like to call it. Something like that, maybe a water-soluble pencil. I don't know, but that looks very nice. Here is the featured artist, so do pause the video there if you'd like to read that. But it is art by Safana. Everything from Zentangle patterns to henna and acrylic painting. Interesting. So there's some social media at the bottom there if you want to go and check them out. I always tend to do that. It's very interesting seeing these different artists featured in the boxes. So straight away we've got a ream of A5 cartridge pad paper, which I believe is for pencil crayons. I don't know. Yes, I think it is for pencil crayons. Well, obviously there's a big pencil on the front of it. So let's get into this package here and open this up. I'm going to put the list of supplies to one side so that we can have a look at them first. Pull this out. Right, so the sticker is a segment of the artwork, which is nice. The last sticker was a little offset, so this is nice to see that it's central for a change. Very good. We have a sweet. It's a blackcurrant licorice, one of my favourites, so I'm excited about that. So, interesting. We have a paintbrush. Let me get this up so we can see what it is. It is a Zan, I hope I'm saying that, Z-A-H-N, size 2 round brush. It's a pony hair brush in size 2, so that's interesting. Yeah, it does look like more of a natural, well, it is a natural hair brush, so that's nice. We then have a Derwent line marker. I think we've received one of these in a box before, but super fine, free-flowing permanent liner. As you can see, it is very, very fine. It's very nice. I quite like that. You can kind of see the felt pin from here going right through to the barrel, which is a lovely touch. We have some pearl burnish liquid white. So this liquid white pencil is made by none other than our featured artist herself. Wow, that's really cool. That's really, really cool. I've never seen this before. So it's a white... Okay, let's read a bit more about this because it's something I've never seen. It is perfect for adding highlighting and layering effects to your work. Unlike paint, coloured pencils cannot always be easily layered over and over, with lighter colours often not holding enough pigment when used as a top layer. With this liquid pencil, you can intensify or create white areas without having to sacrifice any pigmentation. And what's more, once this white pencil is dry, you can even layer more coloured pencil on top. Wow, that's pretty cool. I like this. This bottle feels really expensive. It almost feels like some sort of bit of makeup there. Wow, I really like that. I'm excited to use that. And then let's talk about the cartridge paper actually. So fantastic smooth surface, to enable you to produce your best work. The paper is acid-free, etc. And there's 16 sheets in this, which is lovely. And then lastly, we have Posca coloured pencils. And it's an exclusive colour selection for ScrawlrBox. I always like it when they get a bit of a ScrawlrBox special made. But what I am baffled with is Posca, I only ever know as having their paint pens. So I'm very intrigued by these coloured pencils. So they've got a really nice barrel. It feels very expensive. It's a matte feeling. They feel heavy. It's a lovely choice of colours there. Blues, purples, a grey and a skin tone, it would seem. So let's see, do they have, oh, it looks like a skin tone, but it's called light orange. We have grey, we have blue, green, fuchsia, lilac and blue. So they're a lovely colour selection there. Let's read a little bit more about those. It talks about Posca a little bit. These colour pencils are made from the unique combination of wax and oil to achieve a strong but soft lead that can be used to produce a highly concentrated, smooth, bright colour with a matte finish and are suitable for use on a range of surfaces. They are richly pigmented colour palette, great for sketching, layering and smooth gradient effects. True to the Posca spirit, they can be used on different surfaces such as paper, card, wood, metal, leather, glass, plastic, canvas and organic materials such as stone. Posca coloured pencils can also be used to complement works in watercolour, acrylic or Posca marker to produce mixed media works. Wow, so I've never seen these, I've never seen this, and I don't think I've ever used a pony hair paintbrush, so I'm very excited about this. We will do some swatching in a moment and we can see what the colours look like, and whilst I'm swatching I will read through the Scrawlr zine, but let's have a little flick through now. So here is a little bit more on top of this card about the contents of the box. Well, I wouldn't say a little bit more, just an overview. Here is a little bit more about the Scrawlr artist. So again, pause that there. It might be a little bit small, but I'm sure some of you might find a way of zooming in there. Here are some Scrawlr tips, which I will read whilst we are swatching, and some notes from the artist. Then we have the Scrawlr gallery. So this is from the Leading Lines, I believe, which was the March ScrawlrBox. So there's some amazing artwork in here. Some really took the vibe from the featured artist there. Some really went away from it. Some lovely artwork, actually. Very, very nice. I really like this. The depth coming through there is lovely. And then this is actually talking a little bit about flora. So let's have a look at the Scrawlr challenge. So the challenge is Secret Garden. So that's why they're talking about flora. So this is a little bit about flowers, etc. And I'm assuming their use in artwork, etc. So that'll be interesting to read. So yes, I will read some of the Scrawlr tips about the supplies whilst we swatch them. Having read the Scrawlr tips, I wouldn't say there's anything of note really, so I won't read through them completely, but basically it's just saying don't leave the cap off your liquid white pencil, it will dry out. When you use it, it takes up to an hour to dry, and then you can actually use your pencil over the top. And it tells you to use it on top of wax-based coloured pencils, but I think that's if you're using it on cartridge paper and your paper might not hold the liquid very well. And again, nothing else really of note. It kind of says adding more pressure will intensify the hue of the pencil crayons, but will not darken the colour, so the best way to do that is to mix your colours. And that's really it. I don't feel like these tips are that helpful, but I don't know, is that something because it's just, let me reword, is that because it's pencil crayons and really there's not really many tips to using them? I don't know, but anyway, I'll let you watch the rest of the artwork. this art, I'm gonna stop there. I don't like it. It's just not really working for me. The pencils are really lovely, they're lovely and soft, and for something like the featured artist did, where it's a close-up of a flower and you've got a bit more surface area, you've got areas to blend, add highlights, shadows, etc. I think that lends itself well to these pencil crayons. And I took the theme Secret Garden really literally, and I kind of based it loosely off the book and film Secret Garden, and I like the theme, I like the gate, I like how I've arranged it and everything. I just don't think these pencil crayons are going to work for me for this type of art, and I'm going to stop there. I'm not going to keep going because I'm getting frustrated with it. I really wanted to ink over it, but the ink pen actually doesn't go over these pencil crayons. I think it said they were oil based, so I think that's probably why. I also realised that they didn't give us a green, so giving us a theme like Secret Garden and then not giving us green, I think is a little bit of an oversight there. I had a look at my chart I made where I did like dark mixing and light mixing, and I thought this was the closest green, where it was the blue green mixed with the light orange, but it just wasn't working. I wasn't getting what I wanted from it. But like I say, the pencils are really nice. This white highlight's really nice. I've got no complaints about that. It worked well for the little bits I used it on, but again, this is not really the art that could use that very much. This pony hair brush I do not rate at all. I think because it's a real brush, you don't get that fine tip, and I was really struggling to get the detail. So for me, unless, like I say, you do a big piece of art like this flower, I just don't think that some of these supplies are going to work. And I think I will use them again and see what I can come up with in a different video, or separately in a sketchbook or something, and play around with them a little bit more. But I think the artwork I chose just hasn't worked, but there you go, it's not going to always work. So thank you very much for watching. Please hit that thumbs up if you've enjoyed this video. Click subscribe if you want to see more. I obviously produce a ScrawlrBox video every month, as well as many other videos, and I look forward to seeing you in the next one.